Why are Teslas more expensive to insure than other cars? Insurance cost is based on the value of the car, the average prices for repairs on that model of car, the locations where it is normally parked and driven, how many miles it drives per year, and on the driving record of the primary driver. There are many insurance companies and they all have different formulas for taking all your information and coming up with a price. That's why it's always important to shop around for insurance. Who gives the best price for your friend, family, or neighbor may not give the best price for you. That's also why every insurance company gets to claim the lowest rates. Because they offer the lowest rates for somebody, and as long as it's true for somebody, anybody at all, they can say it and it's not false advertising. Is it possible for all those factors to work against someone such that the insurance on their Tesla is that high? Yeah, probably. Is there anything special about Tesla that affects that? There are a couple of secondary concerns that might make rates a little higher, but it's not as major as it is made out to be. Tesla does make cars that can be configured to be very high-priced, $100,000 plus US. So sure, insuring such a thing will be very expensive, but that's just the way it is, nothing to do with Tesla. It's perfectly possible to own a Tesla at the lower end of the price range, and find a much more affordable insurance rate. For example, we pay around $1,400 annually for a Tesla Model 3 and a Toyota Tacoma, which I think is quite reasonable given the age and original prices of the vehicles. I don't know what the exact split is between the cars, but I'd guess the Tesla is 60 to 70%, which still puts the Tesla under $1,000 a year. That's not even in the same ballpark as $5,000. The price range for Teslas is now fairly wide, but it does go pretty high if you opt for it. Simple rule: if you want to drive some expensive fancy shit, be prepared to buy fancy expensive insurance for it. I am afraid I don't know much about Teslas. I've written exactly 2 policies covering Teslas both this year, and one was totaled a few months later taking a corner on a mountainous dirt road too fast. Anyway, as a whole, comprehensive theft, vandalism, hail damage, deer hits, and collisions, you hit another car, are based on things like MSRP or value of the vehicle, availability of parts, the ability of the vehicle to hold up in an accident, and things like their power, how big the engine is. Now Teslas aren't really comparable to a Subaru, but I wanted to give a comparison to something popular. I live in Colorado, New Mexico. Your rate will of course also be impacted by your age and driving habits. Don't rate your 17-year-old son on your Tesla. But comparing your rate on each of the 3 examples below, the Tesla will be most expensive simply because of the cost of the car and parts, and likely the availability of parts. I mentioned above the totaled Tesla. The tow yard couldn't even unlock it. A certified Tesla person had to come do that. Once repair costs get above about 75% of the car's value, the insurance company will total it. So flying a guy in to unlock the doors just increases the repair costs. The short answer is that Teslas aren't more expensive to insure, at least not in my experience. My agent explained that your insurance rate has hundreds of components, but one that makes a difference is the safety features of the car. Sure, Teslas are expensive to repair, specifically bodywork, but so are other, comparable cars, like BMW, but Tesla cars have lower accident rates than average, and that keeps insurance costs down. Cars in general with active accident avoidance like Tesla have lower insurance rates. I was frankly surprised that my new Model 3 long-range RWD wasn't much more expensive to insure than the 2009 Toyota Camry it replaced. Another factor in that good rate was that we moved to Virginia, which has lower rates than South Carolina. One other way I reduce insurance costs is to use the State Farm Drive and Save program. It uses a sensor in the car to judge your driving. I use Tesla Autopilot nearly all the time, and it consistently scores 4 or 5 stars out of 5 for its driving. That's better than I get when I drive. I pay about $1,700 per year for 2 Teslas. State Farm doesn't price them separately, a 2018 Model 3 LR and a 2016 Tesla Model S75. I have multi-car and multi-line discounts, a $1,000 deductible, and the minimum required liability insurance. I also have 10 years accident-free.